Now one of them, when he saw that he was healed, returned with a loud voice and glorified God. There were 10 of them that had the disease that was in this leper colony. But only a tithe, only 1/10 of them say, wait a minute, before I do anything, I got to go back and tell the man who did this for me how I feel about it. So the Bible says he goes back to Jesus. And look at what it says. Look closely. Don't rush over there too quickly. When he came back, when he saw that he returned and said with a loud voice. Before he could only lift his voice, it was barely a whisper. But the first thing that he wanted to do with this newly restored voice was to use this voice to praise and to magnify Jesus Christ, who had healed him and made him whole. So he goes back and he gives thanks and he prays and he glorifies God for his healing. We ought to imitate this man. We're to imitate this man. Every opportunity we get, we should use our voices to glorify God and personal testimony as we talk to individuals. We're to tell people what the Lord has done for us, how God has helped us, how God has answered a prayer, how God has met a need, how God has strengthened and encouraged us. We're to use these voices to glorify God. And that's what this man did. He used his voice to glorify God by showing gratitude to Jesus. And he fell down on his face at his feet. And what that tells me, that this man had already concluded that Jesus was the Christ, whether he was the Messiah, because no Jew would pay homage to another human being. That was sacrilege. That would make Jesus an idol. But he understood that he was worthy to be worshiped, worthy to be praised, worthy to be magnified. So he falls down on his knees, on his face, and he gives thanks. And then Jesus adds a footnote. And this was for his Jewish disciples. And he was a Samaritan. Jesus could be very sarcastic in his own way. This was a jab. This was a jab right at the heart of Peter and James and John, the sons of Zebedee, who prided themselves in the Jewishness, and they too believed that the Samaritans were unclean, that they were half-breeds. They thought the Samaritans was actually below the Gentiles. They were the outskirting of the earth. The biblical scholar says if a Jew was coming down the road and if a Samaritan was coming down the road, the Jew